while eating or drinking, do not make disturbing noises or find fault with the taste of the prasadam. Use only the 5 fingers of the right hand to touch and place food in the mouth. Eating with the fingers is recommended because the digestive process begins with the sensation of food touching the fingers. The left hand should be used only for lifting a water cup, and then only if one can pour the water into the mouth without touching the cups to the lips. Tear large items such as chapatis and puris with the fingers of the right hand and then place the small piece in the mouth. Do not use your left hand to tear chapatis and puris. One should not consume a large item by taking it on one's mouth and tearing it with one's teeth. When the right hand is clean before a meal, one may use it to hold the cup and pour the water into the mouth so that the cup does not touch the lips. During a meal, one's right hand touches one's mouth, so one should take the cup of one's left hand and pour the water into the one's mouth without touching one's lips. If the cup cannot pour properly, one may hold it in one's right hand and drink using one's lips. The two different things, food quantity and after the meal. Maybe some of you can read. Any Mataji or Prabhu can volunteer.
Mataji, can I read?
I can read. Okay.
Overeating causes disease and decreases one's lifespan. It also stops one's spiritual advancement, generates sin, and makes one an object of criticism. Ideally, one should eat so that half one's stomach is filled with food, 1/4 with water, and the remainder with air. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Niru Mataji, you can read after the meal. Anyone want to read the last part after the meal from E? Okay, I can read otherwise. After the meal, it is appropriate to chant the Premadhwani at the end of a meal before rising to leave. After finishing a meal and while waiting for others to finish, one may chant aloud various slokas and prayers glorifying the Lord. Out of respect for others who are still eating, all persons in a row should wait for others in the same row to finish before rising. After rising from the meal, one should wash one's hands without delay and then rinse one's mouth at least 3 times, and finally one may wash one's feet. Do not take rest or perform any strenuous labor directly after a meal. One should maintain a tranquil frame of mind as one did during the meal, by remembering the Lord, chanting the name, and discussing his pastimes. After the meal, the eating area should be thoroughly cleansed with water. So we'll do the Vaishnava prayers now. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakkhrumitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manabhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tatanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Siyuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shabishakham Vitam Cha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभाने सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today for the Vaishnava Sadachar discussion. This is a very beautiful subject matter and very important for all of us, because Srila Prabhupada wants all of his disciples and followers to be perfect ladies and gentlemen. Like, they can be individually, they can be a role model, and looking at them, anybody can say that, the good fruits are coming from good trees, like that kind of feeling everybody should have. So Prabhupada always enforced that how a person's behavior should be, and how in a group how he should behave, and how basically he wanted to have for everybody, all of us, to follow a particular manual kind of thing. So he wanted to showcase that our lifestyle basically is a manual. Like in Bhagavad Gita, he says that Yajad Acharati Shrestha. Basically, he wanted to all of us to be in a Shrestha category, and our behavior should also follow one of these Shreshtas in our movement. So he advised all of us to follow certain principles and certain senior devotees. So our Bhakti Charu Maharaj has prepared this nice Vaishnava Sadachar, this course for all of us to go through. And thanks to Simeswar Prabhu for arranging this beautiful topic. So that, we all are our, well aware of it, how to behave and what we should do, what we should not do as a practicing sadhaka. So my knowledge in this subject matter is very, very, very limited, and neither my achara, that to up to into that markable. But with this course, I am also learning so many things, and I am also trying to improve. So I am hoping that this class will be a kind of a nice, medium for everybody. So here we see that in this topic that there are a couple of things are highlighted. One is, while eating and drinking, basically it says that we should make sure that we shouldn't find any fault with the taste of the prasadam. That's one nice point. Wanted to that really tossed my eyes. Generally sometimes we find fault either at home or outside, wherever we eat, right? Sometimes we try to find the fault. Oh, this is not good. This should be like that. I cooked like this. The other day it was much better. Like that. You almost agree that when Nandari prasadam, this definitely comes to all of our mind, right, Mataji?
Yes, it does comes.
Yeah. So second thing, it came to my mind. One of the important thing came to my mind is, food quantity. Food quantity, it says that overeating what causes, and then Prabhupada says, this is always Prabhupada always tells that ideally one should eat so that half of one's stomach is filled with food, 1/4 with water, and the remainder with air. And here this is also one of the lecture Prabhupada always says that I heard that Prabhupada was saying that overeating causes disease and decreases one's lifespan. It also stops one's spiritual advancement, generates sin, and makes one an object of criticism. Sometimes, we hanker to eat more. Prasadam is nice, they're nice, gulab jamuns are there. Yes, nobody is watching. It is extra. I'm going to take 4 or 5. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. I can eat more, and I did not eat at home nicely. I'm going to eat extra. So these kind of thoughts come into our mind. That's definitely a point of discussion, and I'm sure, we all have faced that. Like sometimes, because we can think that sometimes because of our overeating or something, even if at home also, if somebody comes at the last minute or something like that, prasadam is not sufficient. So that care has to be taken. And lastly, how to behave during honoring prasadam, how one's mood should be there. Like while eating prasadam, are we going to support, like what kind of thoughts should come into our mind? Then after the meal, what we should do? So there is like washing hand and all those things are there. Lastly, there is a beautiful line is there. After the meal, the eating area should be thoroughly cleansed with water. So why we do that? That's also is very important. So I'm sure all of you from your in your home also, you all are practicing that. You might be seeing your parents also doing that, like all these habits, whatever is discussed here, like eating in the right hand, eating using the fingers, and then finally, before eating, washing the hands, eating less quantity, sharing prasadam, and then finally, cleaning your tables, cleaning the utensils, everything. I think we all practice. It is sadhaka we practice. Even before coming to the Krishna consciousness also, we were doing some things is kind of a routine way. But once we understand why we are doing it, that, like we generally try to, respect it more and more. So just wanted to share something once again.
Mataji,
Yes, Mataji, just one second, Mataji. I'm going to
where
say.
out of respect, where do I read from? It's a
No, Mataji, reading this one. This is from page number 46.
okay. Rules for eating and drinking water you did, but I read from the beginning. We already read that, right?
Yeah, Mataji, I think only three parts are there. We are already done with that.
Right.
So we are no more reading, Mataji. So
Oh.
we're going to discuss about it. If you want, we can read it again. If you want to read it again, maybe it's a short one. Maybe you can
No.
read it.
We don't want to waste your time.
Yeah.
We
No.
already heard that.
Yeah. So basically, we just wanted to say, like, what is Mahaprasad? Generally, we say that there is a nice quote from Radhanath Maharaj. I found that Maharaj is saying that is a nice quote. I say that Maharaj. I found Maharaj is saying that, oh Lord, I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to eat before you. But I want to eat what is left over by you. That is basically Mahaprasad. So we all see that in Kali Yuga there are 4 items which are not contaminated. One is Harinam. The another one is Kirtan. Kirtan is always, it will be there. Then Vrindavan dust will be there. Then Ganga's water, river Ganges water, that nobody can contaminate it. Then finally the last one is Jagannath Mahaprasadam. Mahaprasad no one can contaminate. And Mahaprasad basically, it is Mahaprasad because there is nothing beyond that. Prasad basically means Krishna's mercy. Prasad means, like Krishna has already enjoyed it. Krishna has already accepted it. It has, when a devotee prepares with a first-class material and offer with a pure consciousness to Krishna, and like Krishna basically he touches, he basically tests this prasadam with his like lotus mouth. So this prasadam becomes very tasty and it has lot of power. So there is no difference between Mahaprasad and and Krishna himself. So we all have to show a lot of respect when honoring Mahaprasadam. So we say that like we do in our house, or when you go to restaurant, we say that come and eat. But in case when it is prasadam, we say that please honor it. So if you go to Jagannath Puri, you won't say like like eating area. You will say prasadam partake area. There is so much respect to that area. Basically, in Hindi they say like grahanam kind of thing. In Sanskrit they say grahan kind of thing. Grahan means accept it. It's not that come and eat it. It is not like that. Basically, prasadam was like when you're eating, right? We have to basically show respect to that. So in Nectar of Instruction, our Rupa Goswami, he says there are like there are 6 loving exchanges are there. Rupa Goswami says that dadati pratigrannati gohyam akhyati prachati bhunkte bhajoyate chaiva sab vidhi pratilakshanam. So basically there are 6 loving exchanges between devotees are there. One is offering gift in charity, then another is accepting charitable gift, then revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentiality. The next 2 are related to prasadam. One is accepting prasadam, and the another one is offering prasadam. These accepting prasadam and offering prasadam, these are basically one of the two symptoms of the loving exchange between the devotees. So offering prasadam and accepting prasadam are very important in our movement. We see that Srila Prabhupada, when he came to United States, like he saw there are so many young boys and girls are there. So Prabhupada himself used to prepare so many items. In Prabhupada Lilamrita, if you read, it's mentioned that Prabhupada that time, simple small quantities, he used to cook for, like he used to cook for, like some quantities, but that will nicely feed 15, 16 people. Prabhupada at the age of 60, 65, 70, at that age, he was cooking for 15, 16 people with 1 or 2 utensils. Now, like we can compare in our house, we have so many utensils. And sometimes cooking for 3-4 family members, like we complain, we get tired. So basically the mood and the consciousness, we can imagine that Prabhupada used to always say that your consciousness should be very top class, and your mind should be always focused, and you should always provide, like cook with a first class material. Sometimes we say, right, that we don't throw prasadam. First of all, Prabhupada always says that don't feed just like that anything to Krishna. Always get high class material and cook in a high class mood, and your cook should be also, like highly qualified cook also. Like in temples, the Prabhupada always used to enforce that Brahman initiated disciples should always cook for the deities bhoga, and how to do proper achaman and proper sadhana, and chant your round should be finished so that your mind is fully surrendered to Krishna. That way you should cook prasadam. And while honoring prasadam also, like we should not find fault in the prasadam. I just wanted to share a beautiful story on that, on this prasadam part. Like there is a pastime from the Mahabharata. Gorgod Maharaj, in one of the class, he was sharing this, and Madhvananda Prabhu has very beautifully, he has illustrated this story in one of the Krishna Kathamrita Bindu magazine. Like in Jagannath Mahaprasad, there is a magazine. In that, actually, he has very beautifully described about this not finding the fault part kind of thing in the prasadam. So the Rajasuya Yajna was happening, then Krishna was invited. So Krishna's task was to, so that he will make sure that everybody is like, basically he was in the charge of the hospitality. So Yudhishthira gave the task to Krishna that everybody should be very nicely taken care. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he arranged lot of nice prasadam for everybody. And he asked Krishna, how will I know that everybody are happy? Krishna told, here, see, I am putting my conch here. And if after the Rajasuya Yajna, if the conch is blown nicely with nice, beautiful sound, then you will realize that everybody are happy and there is no one unhappy by your hospitality. So then Maharani Draupadi and everybody, all the 5 brothers, Krishna, they all took good care. So finally, when the Yajna is done, they saw that the conch did not blow. So Yudhishthira was surprised and he asked Krishna, Krishna, you told that the conch will blow and the conch is not blowing. What happened? So then Krishna told, definitely something has happened. Then Krishna meditated and he told that there is a basically untouchable, my devotee is there, he is untouchable by caste. His name is Sopacha Balmika, and basically since he was untouchable, he could not come inside, he stayed outside. Looks like he is not happy. So you also make an attempt to make him happy. So the next day morning, Yudhishthira sent Bhima and Arjuna to find the untouchable sadhu. So that Valmika sadhu, just you go and find him. So then Bhima and Arjuna went and found him. And he told, no, I am very happy. And for this simple thing, why Krishna has invited me to come to the palace? I am untouchable. I don't feel comfortable also to go over there, but I am very happy. And I have tested all the prasadam. Now, how did you test all our prasadam? Now, your guests were there, they were eating and they were throwing so many prasadam. And from the banana leaf and from the, like lotus leaf, so many prasadam was falling down on the floor. And I took from them and I ate. I have tested everything. Everything was so beautifully prepared by Draupadi Maharani. Krishna has, and it was an offer to Krishna. So I enjoyed it. Krishna is my basically eternal Lord, and the Krishna's Mahaprasad, I always love it, and I have eaten it to my full. There is no complaint from my side. Please you leave. He told. But Bhima and Arjuna then like invited. No, our brother has told, please come and honor prasadam the next day with us. So there's this sadhu, like Valmika sadhu, he came to the palace. So when he saw Krishna, he started crying that Krishna, why you are invited me here? I was happy, but anyway, I'm very happy to see you. He started praying Krishna again and again. So Yudhishthira Maharaj washed his feet and he instructed Draupadi Maharani. The Draupadi Maharani, this particular sadhu, basically he did not eat anything, and you just make sure that he eats everything nicely and you prepare nice vyanjan for him. So Draupadi Maharani himself, he went to get the groceries and everything, and she prepared a nice chappan book kind of thing and offered to Krishna, and then finally gave it to this person. This person came and Bhima and Arjuna gave him water to wash his hand, like whatever Vaishnava etiquette we just now read, everything was followed, and the person sat down to eat. So to eat, and Draupadi Maharani personally also served and then all the dishes nicely came, like bitter gourd sabjis, sweet sabjis, gulab jamun, rasgulla, then parathas, paneer item, sabjis, different sabjis, all kind of milk sweets, sweet and savory preparations, samosas, kachoris, everything came one by one, and so many varieties of chutney. They basically bitter, pungent, and sour, sweet, all kind of, like rasas are there, right, in the prasadam, right? Everything was, was brought in front of this sadhu, and then Krishna and Yudhishthira requested him that sadhu, please honor the prasadam. To everybody's surprise, he started sitting down to honor prasadam, started praying Krishna, and what he did, he mixed everything. He mixed the chutney, rasgulla, rice, dal, everything he mixed together, and he started eating it. Then he ate it, and while he was mixing everything, Draupadi Maharani was looking at him in a disgust way. Why he is mixing everything and eating? I cooked so much effort, preparing. I was planning from last 2 days what to cook so that the sadhu is going to please. And now look at him. He's mixing the chutney with the rasgulla and rasgulla with the rice and everything. Now he doesn't know what I have cooked. He has basically mixed all the chapan bhog, all the different items mixed together, making a bundle eating. How can somebody eat like this? No doubt he is from a lower caste. Like that, he was thinking in the mind, and he was looking at yeah. But finally, this sadhu, he finished everything, eating everything, and he told, I am very happy now, and I am so satisfied. I have never eaten more better prasadam than this. Then and he told, I am very happy. Then he left. Krishna, my desire, I am very happy. There is no complaint from me. I am very happy. Then he left. Once he left, then all the brothers and Draupadi Maharani and Krishna, they came to near the conch, and they were surprised that conch did not blow again. So then, Yudhishthira told that Krishna, you told that, if this person is taking good care, then the conch will blow. And now the conch is not blowing. What's the problem? Then what offense we have done that the conch did not blow? And still somebody else is there who is not satisfied. Then Krishna told, no, this is the only person who was not taken care. But now he is taken care. But definitely one of you, whoever are assembled here, has committed some offenses towards this person in your mind. That's why the conch did not blow. All the brothers told, we did not do any offense. Then everybody looked at Draupadi Maharani. Draupadi Maharani then confessed, it's me. I cooked, then she confessed. Yudhishthira when asked me to cook, I took so much care. I got all the vegetables. I got everything in my hand. I asked my helpers, and I was, I spent whole entire day cooking for this person. And what he did not appreciate anything. In fact, he mixed everything together, and he did not understand what taste, his dal is, and what taste is the rasgulla is, and I like that he ate. Does somebody eat like that? Then Krishna told, okay, I understand your point. You had a valid point. Let's call the person and ask him why he ate like this. Then again, Bhima and Arjuna went to the forest, to the outskirts of town, Indraprastha, and invited the sadhu. Sadhu, please come. Then Krishna asked Sadhu, are you really happy? Sadhu told, yes, I'm very happy, and I ate to my tummy full. I have taken prasadam. Then Yudhishthira asked Sadhu, I have one doubt. Why did you mix everything and eat like that? Then Sadhu folded his hand, and he told that there is a secret I am going to tell. That he then opened his heart out. That prasad, basically it means that prasad is basically mercy of Lord. Here Krishna is standing, and this prasadam is in front of me. So for me, there is no difference between Krishna and prasadam. And this prasadam, my Lord has already tested it. And Krishna is basically enjoyer. He is the bhogi. He is the enjoyer. He can eat all the rasas and he can enjoy it. I am just a servant, and I have to honor his remnants with respect, and to be very careful for not committing any offense. I should not enjoy his remnants with the feeling of liking and disliking. I cannot say that I like this dal. I cannot say that I don't like this chutney. This sabji is little bit kacha. I cannot tell like that. I cannot say that I don't like and I don't like spicy food. And one second, let me mute something. So he told that, I cannot, I cannot tell like that. Like for me that, I cannot say, if I tell that, I am going to eat less of this quantity and eat more that quantity, and this is not good, that is not good, and that is become that, if I eat that, I'll be having stomach upset, then basically I feel that I'm going to commit an offense. So that's why basically I mix everything so that I will eat as a remnant, and I won't commit any offense. So Basudev told, please tell me, did I commit any offense by doing this? Basudev then looked at Draupadi Maharani. So everybody could understand and they could realize how wonderful and how nice mood this like this sadhu has. Basically, the sadhu doesn't want to differentiate between the prasadam. For him, like Krishna is basically the enjoyer, and Krishna has enjoyed the prasadam, and basically he is taking the prasadam as a remnant of Krishna's mercy. So with this, when all the brothers and Draupadi Maharani realized that their mistake, after that their heart got very much was fully into bliss. That time they saw that the conch is flowing. So we can, from this beautiful story, we can understand that we have no quality to find any fault in the prasadam, and of course it's basically depend on the time, place, and circumstances. Sometimes the prasadam like our whoever is preparing, they should keep that in mind, that this prasadam, whatever we are cooking, it has, like the bhoga, it has to offer to Krishna. So it has, if Krishna is going to accept it, it has to definitely first class material. Prabhupada always says that everything should be first class, whatever in a good quality or quantity, it has to be offered to Krishna. So whenever we are cooking the bhoga also, we have to see that like consciousness in the mind. So we can imagine, there is an electric wire is there. We say that electric wire is there, don't touch it. You will get shock. Like the current will go to you and you are going to die, or you are going to short circuited. Your body will happen. But if there is no current in that, how you will get light if the supply is not there? So similarly, we say that prasad. We say if the conscious is not there, then we give for economy people when they eat, or a devotee when they eat, there is a difference, we say, because the consciousness is there. So we say that we are offering bhoga to Krishna. Krishna basically he is the supreme enjoyer. He is the owner of everything. There is no scarcity for Krishna. Krishna he owns everything. He has all the opulences. What can we give to Krishna? So when you are offering to Krishna, basically Krishna says what consciousness we have, what mood we have. Krishna basically, he is bhavagrahi. He basically bhavagrahi Janardhan. He basically honors that bhava. What bhava basically we are offering the bhoga to him. So he takes that only. So that way we can say that like while honoring prasadam, we should be very, very careful for not finding any fault of the prasadam. Then there is just wanted to share another story of Ramanujacharya. Like Ramanujacharya has so many disciples who are there. So Ramanujacharya he was basically feeding prasadam to all of his disciples, was feeding. So that same prasadam basically he threw into the water, into the river nearby. He threw into the river. So when he was throwing the water, that food particles into the river, what happened? Some of the fish basically they jumped and they started eating, chewing, like those small food particles. When they started chewing those food particles, basically the disciples saw that these fishes basically they turned into the forehand form. 400 from Vishnu Duttas, and they went to Vaikuntha Dham. The disciples inquired, that Ramanujacharya, so many times you have given us prasadam, and but nothing change happened to us, and we are still in this material planet, and you gave this one particle of prasadam to this fish, and they nodded and they went to Vaikuntha. What extra you did for them? Did you recite any mantra for them that you are not doing for us? So that like this. These fish actually they went to Vaikuntha Dham. Then Ramanujacharya responded that if one takes prasadam of the deity, but does so in the mood of enjoyment, then he does not get the full benefit of the prasadam, but rather he falls victim to his senses. So senses. So basically, when we are honoring the prasadam, our mood should be that Krishna has basically accepted it. And we should meditate also on the beautiful pastimes of how Yashoda Maharani used to feed Krishna, how Radharani used to prepare so many nice dishes for Krishna, how Sabari Mata was feeding Ramji, and how Kaushalya Mata was preparing bhoga for Lord Ram. Like those beautiful pastimes we should always meditate on, so that the prasadam should be very wonderfully it will taste very divine to us, and it will definitely affect our inner consciousness. So we can imagine that, we can think that, like when Prabhupada was initially feeding this sumptuous gulab jamuns to those days Western young boys and girls who were in that young age and who have different kind of habits also there. So all these hippies basically they turn into happies. So that's why Prabhupada always says this gulab jamuns he used to always tell there ISKCON bullets. Like bullet, basically, if somebody likes to put a gun and put a bullet, right? Then you are basically it directly enters into the heart. Similarly, this gulab jamun Prabhupada used to prepare, right? Prabhupada used to say that these bullets are definitely going to change your heart, because that much potent and that much powerful this prasadam should have. So, but there is also a mention of the food quantity. How much quantity of the prasadam we should take? Like in Jagannath Puri, you say, if you go, right, there is a saying, there is a line goes over there, that Kadika Matra Prasadam, they say. And another thing they say, that Prapta Matrana Bhaktavyam. There are two things they say, Kadika Matra Prasadam and Prapta Matrana Bhaktavyam. That means, like prasadam, when somebody is giving you, you cannot say that, yeah, this much small quantity he has given to us. Like when somebody goes to Jagannath Puri or Vrindavan Dham, they get prasadam for us, right? And of course, they cannot get tons of prasadam, and we have 400, 300 people are here in a Sunday feast. So what they do, they give us little bit. So little bit grains of prasadam, we take it and we take it in our hand and immediately we eat it. So there are nice pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was initial days, when he used to get any bhoga for Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he used to tell, no, I did not take bath and I am not going to eat now. But during association of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is a big transformation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got some prasadam, Jagannath Puri prasadam for Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Then that time, actually, when he came to his house, Bhattacharya was sleeping. So he was not just immediately getting out of the bed from the mosquito net. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him prasadam, then he immediately, basically, he honored it. So that time, Mahaprabhu responded that how come you are eating now? Now, this is Jagannath Mahaprasadam. So you say that Praptamatrana Bhaktanam. So I'm practicing that. And second thing is, they say that Kanika Matta Prasadam means, when prasadam is served to you, right? Don't say that it is small quantity or it is more quantity. Sometimes, Sunday feast, right? If you see that prasadam is good, you are going towards the last, we get very limited quantity of prasadam. Then sometimes, we don't say something, but in our mind and heart, sometimes we think that why that we don't cook more. But that moment we should think in our mind that yes, that much prasadam, we are lucky that in the country like America and New Jersey, we are here and somebody is giving us prasadam. We are getting this much quantity prasadam. I remember 25, 30 years back, when I came to United States, there was no ISKCON, there was no like this, our congregation was not there. Hardly, I think far away ISKCON Tobacco was there. And nowhere this Sunday feast concept, this prasadam was not there. So when I got this first meal of prasadam in our ICNG congregation, it was totally, kind of so much love. You can say, outside here in America and anywhere you go, like nobody will ask you, please come and eat. But here in our temple, if you go, we invite devotees to come, sit down, and please honor prasadam. So when one Prabhupada, sorry, Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is mentioned, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that how one should not hanker for also for prasadam. It's not like that. No, I eat only prasadam. I eat only prasadam doesn't mean that I will eat all the prasadam. Basically, we should eat what much is required. Like as Prabhupada told, like if there is an X amount of amount is going to fill in the tummy, please eat half of that, and half of that you should eat. Other half should be filled by the water. Then remaining 1/4, basically you should keep it empty. Then you won't fall sick, and you will be also energized, active, and do some work also. So Chaitanya, there is a beautiful pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Raghunath Das Goswami. So all you know that Raghunath Das Goswami, I don't want to go into detail. Time is very less now. So Raghunath Das Goswami was from an affluent background. So when he came to Jagannath Puri, his father was sending him some money. And later on, while getting association, he realized that why I'm taking money from my father. He is not into this philosophy, and he is Bisa Vastubadi, and I should not take from him. So then he started getting Madhukari and taking prasadam from nearby pandas, and Mahaprabhu also was eating from him. He was also giving it to Mahaprabhu. Then finally what he was doing, that when they were throwing prasadam, from that basically he started eating. He could understand basically the mood of Mahaprasadam and mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he asked Swarup Damodar, basically was his instructor and mentor kind of thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appointed Swarup Damodar as Raghunath Das Goswami's mentor. So he asked Swarup Damodar that please ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu if there is any instruction for me. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told him a beautiful line. He told that जिह्वार लाड़से एई इति उति धाय शिष्ण उदर परायण कृष्ण nahi पाय. Basically, that person who runs here and there seeking to gratify his palate and who is always attached to the desire of his stomach and genitals is unable to attain Krishna. Like, like when we hanker for more and more prasadam and we try to accumulate more and more, basically that moment our focus and concentration is, how to accumulate more. We forget the prasadam concept, we forget the consciousness, we forget, like all the philosophy and our own, as at that moment, basically our own criteria is how I'm going to satisfy my tongue. So that way, basically, the prasadam basically won't, definitely there is some impact will be there, but the impact wouldn't be that faster. And finally, Prabhupada here, he tells that, like you have to, after each and every meal, before the meal, how you should behave, and after the meal, how you should behave. So once Sachinandan Maharaj, he has went to Jagannath Puri. He was been invited by the king of Puri to honor prasadam in his palace. So in Jagannath Puri, Mahaprasadam is very, very powerful. When the Pandas, basically, they are feeding you Mahaprasadam, they take very good care and love in feeding you. And you will be sitting on the floor and eating. Here in ICNJ, we see that there is a roller mat is there. But if you go to Anand Bazar in Jagannath Puri, everybody sits in the floor. The concept is there that Mahaprasad can be like elevated. And for that, to honor that, you have to open your shoes and slipper and everything. You have to sit down on the floor, honor the Mahaprasadam, which is on a leaf plate, and you have to eat from that. So Maharaj, he went there and he was basically, he saw that everybody are sitting and everybody are going to sit, prasadam is served. So Maharaj basically, he put a cloth, one nearby cloth was there, he put it on the floor, he didn't sat on that. He saw that everybody are looking at him and nobody is eating. Then he also sat down, he thought that maybe some prayer they're going to recite and something they're waiting, something will come, then they are going to eat. Then after a few minutes, he asked nearby person or the king that, why they are not eating. Then the king replied to him that they are waiting for you, so that when you are going to come out of that mat and sit on the floor, then you are going to honor. Then we are going to honor the Mahaprasadam. For us, this Mahaprasad is basically equivalent to Krishna. And when Mahaprasad is on the floor, how can we sit on a elevated position like that? So or on a cloth like that. So Mahaprasad has to be respected because there is no difference between Lord Jagannath and the Mahaprasadam. So Sachinananda Maharaj was very beautiful, very beautiful. He was explaining about the glories of Mahaprasadam, about this pastime. So from this discussion, like today we discussed that how not to find fault in the Mahaprasadam and how much of the quantity we should eat and what should be our behavior while honoring Mahaprasadam. And also why we should while eating or while after eating also we should also clean this area. Why we should clean this area? Because when the prasadam is on the floor and we're going to step on it, basically we're going to commit some offenses. So that's why it has been it is told to us that after eating Mahaprasadam we should be very, very, very careful to clean our remnants. Then there are food habits, how one should honor prasadam, how not to use the left hand, how to use the right hand, how it is the proper way to eat, proper way to eat all our fingers to eat, like that in this manual it has been discussed. And how to be very respectful towards your near devotee. And if you're sitting in a row, how we should all be very respectful towards each other, how not to make noise, how not to think about mundane topics, and we should always think of Krishna. We should be always thankful to Krishna, the Guru and Guru Gauranga, that because of their mercy we are assembled here to honor this Mahaprasadam. So any of you have any discussions or anything it has been like you have seen something in our Sunday feast which you can correlate to this topic, maybe you can share now. Hare Krishna Prabhu and Mataji, if you want to share anything what you have
Hare Krishna
from this topic, you can share. Yes, please, Mataji.
In our temple, we do not do a prayer before we start the meal.
Yes, Mataji. Well, actually, earlier we used to do Mahaprasadam prayer. Before honoring Mahaprasadam, and it was also brought into our attention that we are not doing it, and we started doing it also. I think after COVID we started doing it. I don't know why it stopped. So actually, when I have seen our Namananda Prabhu, when the prayer hall we're stopping the discussion, he is reciting this mantra a couple of times. I have seen. Ideally, if they are not doing, when you are yourself, when you are honoring Mahaprasadam, right, from in your mind, basically the Sangsara, that prayer, basically Sarira Vidyaja prayer, basically you can recite in your mind. Ideally, before honoring Mahaprasadam, in all ISKCON temples, they recite that prayer. Probably,
So
Simrita Prabhu, we can take a note of this one. So either we can put a note, put a writing over there, or something we should do.
we are a newcomer. We are a neophytes. We are a
Yeah.
new one, so we do not know what
Yeah.
prayer everybody does and what we do. So there is no information to us. But I
Yeah.
found out later on with
Yeah.
my curiosity. But really, neophyte devotee never come to
Definitely.
know.
Yeah. No, we all earlier, when it was a small congregation, right? We used to all sit down. That time, like it was, I remember when we started, congregation was very small. We used to sit down on the mat and we all used to recite that mantra together. Then we used to eat Mahaprasadam and it was very nice. But these days, with lot of people coming and lot of devotees coming, so it's getting difficult. I think maybe we are going little late. Somebody definitely will be doing it in the beginning before serving Mahaprasadam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Mataji, I noticed one thing in the temple. People serving in the kitchen area, they were wearing slippers, right? Or the footwear. And I understand that because of there's a wet inside and then they have to wear, that's fine. But they were also walking with those slippers in the dining area too. So that will, I understand that it's inside, like it's okay to wear because they're serving inside, but it sends a wrong message to entire people who don't know about it. It sends a wrong message to everyone, like people are walking with shoes or slippers in the dining area. So we should find some solution for that, like not to send that kind of message to all
Sure, Prabhuji.
whole community.
Sure, Prabhuji. I got a point. Actually, our community hall kitchen, like it's a commercial kitchen, and sometimes, when like we're cooking in a large quantity, like 1,000 people, things are pretty hot, and sometimes, like spill over there. So it is recommended by the state thing that, like we have to wear something, some kind of protection kind of thing. But definitely, I got your point. We can definitely in the Prasadam serving area. So we should not, when we are sitting down on the floor, we should not have that. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for a wonderful class. And just you mentioned about it is about prasad. So it says that prasad means Prabhu's Sakshat Darshan. So when we offer, he's glancing by his eyes, by his hands, with whatever organs he can glance, and it becomes prasad. So we always say water came from his charan, from Shirsagar, and that become Ganga. And it's so powerful how you mentioned Ganga. It's not contaminated. That water, even if we keep so many years, it doesn't get no smell, nothing. It's so pure. Same like prasad, like Jagannath Prasad. They say if it is touched by dog, the mouth also, it doesn't get contamination. So powerful because he is glancing. So it's really amazing and it's wonderful topic. Like hearing from you, especially you are very much attached to like Jagannath Prasadam, like you make rasgullas and all these things. So very nice, Mataji, and thank you for your association and so sweet from your mouth listening about Prasad. Thank you, Mataji. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji. And you all cherish the Mahaprasad so beautifully. Looking that also now we all get very happy. Like if you go to Jagannath Puri, when the Panda feeds you the Mahaprasadam, you should see the glitter in his eyes. They become very happy. So they say that, for Jagannath Darshan, like Jagannath has big eyes, right? You saw that, like you tell that Krishna glances. They always say that more than 5 it is Mahaprasad because Jagannath has big eyes, like Maha eyes. So
Yeah.
in that Maha eyes, that nothing can be hidden. Like if you see that all the anarthas and whatever shortcomings, everything is visible to him.
I know.
Even if somebody has given hard laddu, yesterday I was reading a
Huh?
beautiful story about how Jagannath ji likes a hard laddu. The laddu basically, if you eat, your teeth will break. But Jagannath ji loves that laddu because he told to the pujari that that when somebody prepared it, you should not eat it. I should eat it because I can come in the form of Narsingh Bhagwan and eat that laddu. I have big teeth in the Narsingh Bhagwan form. So they say that like the prasadam, and when you eat prasadam, you should eat till your tummy is filled. So say
Yeah.
darshan should be till your eye is filled, and honoring prasadam till your tummy is filled.
And even after coming to ISKCON, we are like become greedy also for prasad. If we like little also, whatever you mentioned, if we sometimes we get little, but we are satisfied. Whatever is prasad, Jagannath. And after coming like DT, Jagannath DT is your home. Our house kitchen is always running. Full prasad.
Yes. Whose house Jagannath ji is there? There will be no scarcity in prasadam. And also one thing I just now remembered, Prabhupada always tells, when you are sitting down to honoring prasadam, right, you should inquire, did anybody not get prasadam? Before that, you should inquire. Like they say that in the palace, there is a queen is there, right? You're like, no, your mother. She won't eat anything till we all are, we have not eaten. Like my mother, like she'll make sure that everybody, when we have a function, everybody are eaten. Then only she will eat. Then, like they say that because, like the queen, basically, they don't eat. So that in that mood, basically, we should think, even Prabhupada also
Everybody
tells,
like that.
that you should inquire if anybody is hungry outside. Like that's how the Grihastha should behave. We should inquire if nearby somebody did not eat. Of course, that is not possible in USA. We cannot do that. Again, it is, like they say, their circumstance matters. So we should be cognizant about fact that when we're honoring prasadam, we should make sure that everybody has gotten their fair amount of chance.
Yeah, so nice, Mataji. Thank you
Thank you,
for
Mataji.
presentation also, Mataji. Always
Ma-
we
ma-
get so much prasad from you. So thank you for that also.
Thank you, Mataji.
Very-
Mataji, did you ever had a chance to visit Jagannath Puri kitchen? Did you ever seen it? How the cooking has happened? Have you ever had a chance to see yourself?
Mataji, cooking time, you cannot see that because it is not allowed. But
Oh.
yes, outside the cutting vegetables and all those things, you can see that say like, one person will be scraping coconut the whole day. One person will be cutting tons of pumpkin the whole day.
Wow.
And Lal Govind Prabhu, he was mentioning about this cooking of Jagannath ji. There is a basically person, there is a here like, like our Namananda Prabhu, he struggles for volunteers, like who will do seva. He's always having a headache. But in Jagannath Puri, there is a person who has a seva, his seva is, like now Mataji will laugh now, that he has to chase the cow, chase the crows. Like sometimes the crow will come and pick the mouth, right? So he has only one seva, that he will hold a cloth and chase the crows all around. So that is his seva. So that too, that seva, he is doing it nicely. And his life after life and a death, like his after the lineage, his son, and they have the seva of, like chasing the crow away. So yeah, so that kind of opulence is Jagannath Puri regarding the Mahaprasadam part.
Also, I heard like that kitchen has like almost 800 devotees for cooking, right, Mataji?
Yeah.
So big.
700 stoves.
Wow. So amazing.
Surprise. How it happens.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. See, because of Srila Prabhupada, what we got.
Yes.
So nice.
We got two things outside. One is Janat Mahaprasad and another is Kirtan.
Okay.
And these two things, like Mahaprasad and Kirtan, are basically very essential in Kali Yuga, and people are lazy. Our Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj always says that people won't do anything else. They will basically honor Prasadam and do Kirtan. So both are, and with these two, they will go to Golok Vrindavan. But we should be, as we read this topic, we should be cognizant and conscious about how we are honoring Prasadam and how we should respect this Mahaprasadam. And I'm really, my apologies. I could not realize that, I went a little bit ahead, and we have left one or two topics I believe in behind.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice.
Thank you, Mataji. So, Mr. Prabhu, if there is no other topic, maybe we can end this discussion today.
Maybe he is busy with the service because it's Wednesday, no? Normally he has Shan service, I think.
Okay, then we can end today's discussion. So next week, I think Sarat Purnima is there and Kartik month is starting. So yeah, Prabhu will have definitely some plans. Okay, Mataji, so we can recite our Vaishnava prayer and we can end this discussion today. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvaivacha patitanang pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Bol.
Tomorrow probably we cannot have in the temple, right? Tomorrow.
No,
satsang.
Mataji, that is next Sunday. That is next Sunday.
Oh, next.
Sorry, next Thursday. I think that was for next Thursday for the Sarat Purnima. That's what I
not
heard.
tomorrow. Okay, I was thinking there was something tomorrow.
Yeah, I think yes.
Okay.
Okay, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hari, thank you everyone. Hari
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hari Krishna.
Hari.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhanyavad.